Hello everybody, and welcome back. Last time we reached the town of Contigo, we learned about the prophecy of the wings of animals, and we reached Jupiter Lighthouse. Today we're going to, hopefully, explore the lighthouse in its entirety and light the beacon. But before we go any further, off screen I went and got a few more game tickets and I played a lot of Lucky Wheels. So first off, I got some hyper boots for both Felix and Jaina, though I'm not sure if I want to equip the hyper boots on Jaina right away. I did give her some quick boots. And another thing, on the topic of the shirts, I forgot to mention this last time, that they're actually more useful than they may seem, because the shirts themselves don't actually take up in the armor slot. So for example, Felix can have the running shirt equipped and also have the Erebus armor at the same time. So they are actually quite useful. The only downside I can think of that is that takes up one more space in my inventory. But anyways, let's get on with the exploring. And right there we can see what looks like the CERN Jupiter circuit that we saw at the very beginning of the lighthouse. However, it is grayed out. And that is because we actually have to power up the main structure of the lighthouse. And that is our first goal. Here we have a fairly simple rolling puzzle. And as you just saw right there, we have a chest, which I actually really want to do. Alright. And we got the Erinya's tunic. So let's quickly go over it, shall we? It has a defense boost of 45 and it has two side effects. First, it boosts attack by 5 points and then it boosts the unleash rate by 10%. So actually a very useful item. I don't know who I want to give this to. I'll keep it on Felix for now. Here we have once again the upside down funnels. And you may have noticed that there's what seems to be a giant beam of light right in the middle of the room. For now we're going to ignore that, but it will come in handy later. And here we have a new enemy. This is a Maze Tail. It is level 32. It has 284 HP, 28 synergy, 327 attack, 105 defense, 110 agility and 9 luck. It has a Venus and Jupiter resistance of 100, a Mars resistance of 175 and a Mercury resistance of 25. And it has a Mars elemental power of 150. It normally yields 426 experience points, which then become 553. If we finish him off with a Mercury gene, he drops 248 coins, which then become 322, and there's a 1 in 64 chances that then become a 1 in 16 that it will drop a Bile. As for its commands, it has the basic attack, the hit, stun, monster skill and the guard synergy. So once again we have another technically new enemy, which is actually just a palette swap of a previous boss. Anyway, let's quickly take care of them. Though when it comes to strength itself, the Maze Tail is probably the second toughest enemy in Jupiter Lighthouse. But even then we can take him out. And right here we have a hanging chain. That chain we can actually use Whirlwind on it and it will work pretty much the same as the binds in Gaia Rock. But right now we're going to ignore that because there's no real point in going that way. And we're also going to ignore that funnel. Also, yeah, I believe Jupiter Lighthouse is the first out of all the lighthouses that we have visited that as you climb it and explore it, you can actually walk on the sides and see the outside. For the other lighthouse, we only saw the outside when we were at the very top. Alright. And right there, right there where we see the funnel and the red door, that is where the upside down funnel would have taken us to. But since we don't have the key to open that, that's why we're going to be ignoring that way for now. Here we have to use reveal, of course. And let's continue going up. And here we have, I guess, a puzzle. And if we move these pillars all the way, this will actually lead us to a treasure chest, which contains a very useful item actually. Alright, let's go up. Alright, here we are. We got the meditation rod. So, quickly I want to give that to Sheva. Let's switch it up over the Draco Mace, why not? And let's quickly go over the meditation rod, shall we? The meditation rod has an attack boost of 150, its unleash is called Nirvana, it deals 50 extra Jupiter damage and it may restore synergy by 10% of the damage dealt. Alright. With that out of the way, let's actually head all the way back and then up. Let's quickly take care of the Devil Scorpion, and then we get to see the unleash of the meditation rod. And right there we have the key. Unfortunately, we still need to power up the Jupiter circuits, so we can't do anything about that right away. There we have a very strange structure that we can get to right away. And here we are, at the top of the lighthouse. That was quick, right? Well, not. Unfortunately, we cannot cast the star, even if we try to, because there is a giant seal that is being held up by two angel statues. And in order to free the seal, we have to explore the two towers that are attached to Jupiter Lighthouse. But before we can even get started with that, we have to power up the main structure. Right here. Holder of the star. Show the power of Anemos. Alright. So by power of Anemos, he means the hover synergy. Alright, there we go. With that, we have now powered up the main structure of Jupiter Lighthouse, so we should be able to explore further. And I think this is a good opportunity to actually set up a shortcut for hover. Let's get the key quickly. And let's push the white block all the way. Okay. Actually, no. This way. And here we have what I hesitate to call a puzzle. It's not really a proper puzzle, it's more here for plot. It's more of a plot point, really. But you'll see about that later. For now, all we have to do is just throw that block and then we can proceed. Alright. And here we have another new enemy. This is a Foul Mummy. It is level 32, it has 238 HP, no synergy, 320 attack, 100 defense, 118 agility, and 10 luck. It has a Venus resistance of 25, a Mars resistance of 7, a Jupiter resistance of 48, and a Mercury resistance of 72. And it has a Venus elemental power of 100. It normally yields 376 experience points, which then become 488 if we finish him off with a Mars gene. It drops 297 coins, which then become 386, and there is a 1 in 64 chances that then become a 1 in 16 that it will drop a potion. As for its commands, it has the basic attack and the Crusher Grip monster skill, which is a Venus based attack with a 1.3 multiplier that may inflict stun. So let's quickly get rid of all three of them. Alright, so let's quickly go and get what's on this side. And we have the red chest, and we can see that there is a blue door. Unfortunately, we do not have a blue key right now. So for now, we'll head back to the red door. Okay, here we are. All right. Hopefully that will be enough to take out both of them. Alright. Alright. And here we are at the West Tower. And we have a treasure chest. And it contains a Mimic. This one is level 35. It has 907 HP, 78 synergy, 349 attack, 108 defense, 204 agility, and 18 luck. Its elemental stats are the same as any other Mimic. It normally yields 1420 experience points, which then become 1846 if we finish him off with a Mars gene. It drops 700 coins, which then become 910. And he has a guaranteed drop of a Psy Crystal. As for its commands, it has a basic attack, the Debilitate, Silent, Sleep, Curse synergies, and the new synergies that it has are the Condemned and the Ice Missile. So of course, I'm going to make sure that I get the EXP boost on him. Let's do that. There we go. Hopefully that will not affect Jenny. God damn it. This is really annoying. I should have used restore. Why didn't I do that? Alright, should do wake up. Nice. Let's use char and one more impact just to be safe. Alright, there we go. Alright, once again we have what I hesitate to call a rolling puzzle. And here we have some cracked tiles, which they will actually support our weight, but only once. so we have to choose our moves carefully. However, since I want to show what's in all of the chests, I'm going to have to fall down a couple of times. Ah, and I also forgot to mention that we have the blue key right there. But in order to get it, we're going to need to drop down for a very specific spot that we cannot reach right now. Alright. Let's quickly move this here. Some odd sound design. I don't know why that noise came after I just pushed over the pillar. Anyways, we got a mist potion. Alright, now we can proceed further. And Felix level up. So Jenna and everybody else should level up soon enough. Alright, so what we want to do right here first is cross over to this side and then push this. And then go to the other spot with the Jupiter energy. And then all the way. So by pushing over that pillar we open that door, which leads us to the top of the tower. And we have, similar to the one that we saw at the entrance to the tower, a statue of an archer. And, well, you're about to see what happens. Alright, so we managed to lift the left angel statue. So maybe if we do that for the other one, that will allow us to cast the star. But for now, before we leave the west tower, we actually have to do one more thing. We're still missing the blue key. Luckily though, getting it is quite easy. You just need to drop down from this exact spot. And there we go. Alright, let's quickly take care of these ones. Alright. And of course, we were caught by surprise. Though this might be a good opportunity to show something that I forgot to mention. Yeah, right there. Sheva recovers Force Synergy. Right now I believe that she does not have any equipment that actually boosts Synergy. So that Synergy boost is simply from being in the lighthouse itself. Which something similar happened in the first game in Mercury Lighthouse with Mia and in Venus Lighthouse with Isaac. Anyways. Now we can actually do something with the circuit right here. But first we have to move this white block. So now that we're up here, we can actually use hover to reach the beam of light, and that will take us somewhere. But before that, we actually want to go up here. And let's quickly move this, and now we can actually use the chains to go from one side of the lighthouse to the other. So now we have that shortcut. And Jenna leveled up. And right here is where there should be a funnel that would take us right next to the blue door, but unfortunately there's nothing. And here we have a circuit, but the only thing we can really do is push the lightning rod here in the center. And we'll see what happens. So yeah, somehow that was apparently strong enough to power up the whole circuit. And now we can head, finally, for the beam of light. And up we go. So, once again, let's go ahead and push the white blocks in the proper position. And we got a potion. Alright. So, okay, almost there. Let's quickly use the blue key. Alright, Sheva level up. Only Pierce has 2 now. Okay, and now that we are technically in the east section of Jupiter Lighthouse, there is one new enemy that we can find as a random encounter. And if we somehow manage to avoid it, I will go over it nonetheless, because it has quite a unique item that it drops. But for now, here we have yet another circuit puzzle and a gin. So the idea behind this room is that first we have to complete the circuit before we can actually take out any of the other pieces and rearrange them. So you're supposed to do this room like 2 or 3 times, especially if you want to get the gin. Luckily though, even if you happen to complete the circuit in a way that takes you to the gin, you can also use that to leave the room. but we'll see that in a moment. First, let's put this into place, and now we can rearrange the pieces. Let's very carefully move this. I don't want to accidentally push it into the hole. That would be really annoying. Alright, here we go. So, of course, this Djinn is hostile, so I would advise you to save before you fight it. I'm going to try to get the XP and coin boost once, and if he happens to run away, then I'll just cut to whenever the encounter begins again. So here we go. Here we have Whirl. He's level 32. He has 852 HP, 78 synergy, 273 attack, 84 defense, 233 agility, and 27 luck. Its elemental stats are the same as any other Jupiter Djinn. It normally earns 965 experience points, which then become 1254 if we finish it off with a Venus Djinn. It drops 643 coins, which then become 835. And as for its commands, it has the basic attack, the Blue Bolt, Sonic Slash, Destruct, Tempest, Spark Plasma synergies, and of course the Flee command. So I'm going to try once, and I actually kinda have a strategy. I'm going to see if I can either paralyze him or put him to sleep, and I'll use Pierce to weaken him. Alright. Please either paralyze him or do something. Alright, at least he did not run away. But he is faster, so he may run away on next turn. What to do? I'll give it a try, I guess. I'll use Steel. And let's see here. Do I have anything that will lower a target's agility? I can use Cold. Maybe that will work. And let's boost Felix just to be safe. Anything here? Just to be safe. Alright, so he can only... Oh no, that actually might have screwed me, because he only has two possible commands, either attack or flee. Oh, he's defending. The fact that he is defending means that he was going to use a synergy, but we pretty much completely obstructed him. Alright, that was good teamwork. And yeah, I guess technically any enemy that has any move that may fail because it either requires synergy or something of the like, if they are prevented from doing it, they will automatically defend. So technically, a lot of enemies also have the defend command. Alright, so let's go over our new Djinn. Whirl. His battle effect is that he deals a Jupiter base attack that is equal to the user's standard physical attack with an additional 40 points of damage, and it may kill the target instantly. As for the set stat bonus that it provides, it gives a +9 to base HP, +4 to base attack, and +2 to base defense. And also, technically, now that Sheba can hold 8 Djinn, she can reach a new rank in the Wind Seal, and we can also reach the second rank of a bunch of tri-elemental classes. However, I'm going to wait until later before I go over those. I do have my reasons for those. But for now, let's proceed further. And here we have possibly the most time-consuming room out of Jupiter Lighthouse, right here. So, it's pretty much a mixture of all the puzzles we've seen so far. We just have to move the blocks to form the circuit, and we also have, as you'll see in a moment, some white blocks, and we also have a chest, so we have to do this twice. So I'm going to show only the first time as I line up all the blocks so that I can get the chest. And then once I'm done with that, I'll just make a quick cut to once I've rearranged the blocks so that we can actually proceed further through the lighthouse. Because this is really long and slow. Alright, almost there. Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see what's in the chest right here. A water of life. That was really not worth it, but anyways. Alright, so as I said, I'll make a quick cut here and I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, welcome back. You did not miss much. Anyway, here we are. Let's quickly do this so that we can make the shortcut for later. And here we have a fairly large room that all you have to do is go over this way. And we are still missing that new enemy. Hopefully it will appear soon enough. Anyway, the giant stone faces here, they seem to have some sort of laser sight apparently, because on sight they will just blow whirlwinds at you. I was really hoping for a new enemy right there. Alright, there we go. Okay, let's try to be more careful now. Yeah, there we go. Alright. And here we have a room full of Jupiter energy. And technically the proper way is to the right, but there's a chest there that I really want to get, and I completely messed up. Alright, let's try to get it right this time. As long as you go in a straight line and you occasionally take a detour over the cracked tile, you should be fine. You just have to make sure that you make it back in time before the power of hover disappears. But anyways, here we have the Phaeton's Blade. So for now I'll give it to Pierce, though I don't know that he'll be keeping that. Anyway, let's quickly go over the Phaeton's Blade, shall we? The Phaeton's Blade has an attack boost of 151. Its unleash is called Light Surge. It deals 51 extra Jupiter damage and it may inflict Delusion. Alright, now let's go to the other side of the room. Once again we have the same stone faces, and this one is a bit tricky. There we go. And now we should be pretty much... I was about to say at the very top. but anyways. Well, it looks like I may have to go over that enemy, even though we will not run into it right now. Alright, here we are at the top of the east tower. So first, let's quickly complete this circuit. Alright, there we go. So now we should be able to cast the Jupiter star into the hole. But before that, let's quickly go over that enemy that we happen to avoid, which is also possibly the strongest enemy that you can find as a random encounter in Jupiter Lighthouse. Anyways, the enemy is the Blue Dragon. It is level 32, it has 408 HP, no synergy, 349 attack, 121 defense, 133 agility and 23 luck. It has a Venus and Jupiter resistance of 100, a Mars resistance of 25 and a Mercury resistance of 175. And it has a Mercury elemental power of 115. It normally yields 490 experience points, which then become 637 if we finish him off with a Mars gen. It drops 297 coins, which then become 386. And there's a 1 in 64 chances that they become a 1 in 16 that it will drop the Rising Mace, which is an artifact weapon which I'll go into detail right now. But before that, as for its commands, it has the basic attack and the ice breath. Alright, so the Rising Mace. Let's quickly go over it, shall we? The Rising Mace has an attack boost of 152, its unleash is called High Vitals, it deals 52 extra Jupiter damage and it may restore HP by the amount dealt. Alright, so we explored pretty much all of Jupiter Lighthouse. All that's left for us now is to go and light the beacon, but we're going to leave that for later. Next time we'll hopefully light the beacon without any interruptions. See you guys